is Marcus Wood. I'm the Chief of Police for the City of Jacksonville. This morning, we asked you to be here today so that we could update you on a fire that took place at the Dollar General here in Jacksonville on Pelham Road that occurred on September the 6th, 2025. At approximately 1:20 p.m. On Saturday, September the 6th, the Jacksonville Police and Fire Departments received several 911 calls in reference to a structure fire that occurred at 619 Pelham Road South here in Jacksonville, Alabama. Fire department units arrived on scene within 2 minutes of receiving the call and found the store fully engulfed. Jacksonville Fire began aggressively firefighting efforts to extinguish the fire. During the course of fighting the fire department personnel quickly realized that the fire was not an accidental fire. As the fire department personnel continued the fight of the fire, police officers started the evidence gathering phase by interviewing store clerks, witnesses, and Dollar General management. During those interviews, officers were able to quickly ascertain a description of a patron who had shown suspicious behavior while in the store. Police investigators realized that there was still critical evidence inside the store and needed to retrieve it before it was destroyed. Police investigators worked with the Jacksonville Fire Marshal to retrieve that critical evidence so that investigators could have the best chance at solving this case. With that video evidence, investigators were able to confirm witness accounts that led up to the fire and establish a person of interest. Investigators continue to work by conducting interviews, search warrants, and other investigative means. Through that investigative process, investigators were able to clearly identify 2 individuals as suspects. The evidence was presented to the district attorney's office, who approved warrants for their arrest for arson in the first degree. On yesterday, the Jacksonville Police Department investigators executed those arrest warrants by arresting Elijah Johnson, a 22-year-old black male from Anniston, with the charge of arson first and no bond, and his mom, a 48-year-old black female from Anniston, on the charge of arson first with no bond. At the time of the fire, Ms. Gross was an employee of the Dollar General. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of those who helped us through this investigation, especially Chief Cato and the Jacksonville Fire Department, the Jacksonville Police Department officers and investigators. Our folks came in at the time that this fire occurred, and they've been working this case nonstop since then. We were able to bring this case to a close and arrest in a little over 48 hours, which those of you who are aware of police investigation and those kind of investigations, those first 48 hours are the most important, and our folks were able to get the evidence that they needed to be able to get arrest warrants and bring this case to a close. I think that shows the dedication of our men and women that work for the police and fire departments, who work every day to ensure that the city of Jacksonville is a safe community. I want to send a clear message to those who are bad actors and want to come to the city of Jacksonville and do bad acts, that we'll do what we need to do to make sure that we put those behind bars that commit those bad acts, and we won't rest until we do so. At this time, we'll have our Council President, Tony Taylor, come up along with other personnel here, and then we'll come back for questions.
Just briefly, I want to thank you all for being here this morning. I'd like to thank Chief Wood and Chief Cato for the excellent work they do. The teamwork that was involved to make this happen as quickly as it did is nearly non-existent around the county and in the whole country. It just shows good teamwork and cooperation between both departments, that working relationship that is just far beyond anyone else that I know. I just want to thank them all, thank them for all the way down from the chiefs, all the way down to the local firefighter and police officer for all their hard work and dedication.
I'm City Councilman Terry Wilson, and let me echo what our council president said. I know the mayor and the council we have a lot of pride for our fire department and our police department. This shows you why we have that kind of pride. They don't sit around on their hands. They respond with the fire, and they find people that do the bad actors. So we're so excited about having the staff and the team and the leadership that our chiefs give. So thank you to them, and thank you for coming today.
Questions? we still have an active investigation, and we still have people that, although the arrests have been made, there are still people that we need to interview and want to interview, and that's information that we want to keep, so that as we interview people, we know that if they tell us certain things, that we know they have actual critical facts about this case.
What did it look like when you talk about getting the evidence out while there's a fire going on? That sounds like a lot. What did that kind of look like on the day?
Glad you asked that. So while firefighters were still going, we partnered with the fire marshal, who actually got in a full turnouts and SCBA, and he went in to an area that we knew that there was some critical evidence that we needed. He actually went in and retrieved that and brought it out so that we could be able to use that evidence to be able to get the identity and get the events that led up to the fire.
Chief, you said the lady worked at the Dollar General store, so was it just a case of a disgruntled employee at the end of all of this?
That's another part of the investigation that we want to keep right now, because we do have to interview other people. So we want to keep that information as well, so that we know that those facts are accurate if we hear them again.
With the 2 arrests already, do you think there'll be more that maybe assisted this duo into this crime?
Again, it's active investigation. As we go along, if we find out that other people had a hand in helping them commit this crime, or they were part of the bad acts, then we'll do what we need to do to make sure that those people are held accountable.
You talk about arson's typically not a real common crime in most cities. Is this not typical for you guys? And how kind of strange is this for Jacksonville?
Very strange. Jacksonville is a safe community. Although we do have, some crime, we don't have a lot of violent crime or arsons normally that take place like this. So this is a very strange crime. Very strange that it happened to a store like Dollar General. And so, that's one of the other reasons why this is real important to us, to make sure that we got the bad actors that did it and hold them accountable for it.
How bad was the damage to the Dollar General?
From our perspective, and we're still gathering some of that information from Dollar General personnel, the store's a total loss. Nothing, what firefighters do, they put a bunch of water on stuff to make sure it goes out. So everything in there was a total loss, not able to be reused, including the building and structural damage. We think the building's going to be a total loss, $1 million plus in some of the numbers that we've heard. Any other questions?
Chief, I'll let you end with this as far as, I just want you to elaborate a little bit more as far as teamwork goes. Police department, fire department, putting this puzzle together, coming to this outcome.
So I'll say, we are very, very unique in Chief Cadle and I and the people that work in the police and fire departments have great relationships. And, we were both on scene while this fire was being extinguished. And we realized that during our firefighting efforts that there was still some evidence that we needed to obtain. And that's why we were able to talk the fire marshal into going in and getting that while the other folks were doing their jobs and fighting the fire, so that we could get that evidence and have the best probability at getting the evidence that we needed to be able to solve this case.
I know it's early, but the type of charges as far as arson charges, what type of charges did they hold up to?
I'll let our district attorney answer those.
Good morning. It's an honor to be here with the Chief of Police and the Jacksonville Police Department. First, I'd like to say that the Jacksonville Police Department and the Fire Department did an excellent job, and they should be commended for their efforts, and they should also be commended for bringing persons in and getting them arrested as quickly as they did. Arson first is a Class A felony, carries a minimum punishment range of 10 years and a maximum punishment range of 99 to life. Depending on circumstances, that could change if it were to be lesser included, but right now they're charged with Class A felonies. Class A felonies such as arson, are also subject to Anaya's law. Anaya's law are cases in which there will be no bonds, and right now they are sitting at no bond. There will be hearings to determine whether or not bonds should be given. Those hearings will be coming up at some point in time in the future. So at this time, they sit with no bonds, and it would be the position of law enforcement and the district attorney's office that that is appropriate under the circumstances, and there will be hearings to determine whether or not that will remain so. And that will be solely up to the judge who presides over those hearings.
What was your name?
My name is Lynn Hammond. I'm the district attorney for Calhoun and Cleveland counties.